Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. So now you are watching our YouTube channel Learn with Waqas and I am your host Kainat Neha. So the today's the conversation is interesting because whenever we come to our this kind of conversations, sometimes we talk about humans, sometimes we talk about nature. But now today the topic is our conversation is totally is like the main purpose of our this YouTube channel. So I hope you can understand that today's the topic is importance of learning English or how to improve your English. So it's quite interesting topic because it's totally good with our YouTube channel. So in the case, firstly we'll start. As usual, we have some guests who join us time to time and talk with us about this topic. So firstly, uh, I want to I want to enter one of our guests in our show, honorable guest. So welcome, Mr. Waqas brother.
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum, Neha.
alaikum, Waqas brother. Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Yes, yeah, walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah, I'm pretty well. Thank you very much for giving me chance to share my thoughts and my thinkings in your beautiful show. Thank you very much.
Thank you too to be a part of our channel and give your precious time to us.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
So, Waqas brother, as you know that today we are going so late. We are
Yeah,
late for
no
17
problem.
minutes, so we have to start.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. We should start. Yeah,
Yeah. So, Waqas brother, as you know that today's topic is how to improve your English. So, firstly, I want to ask you that
yeah.
what do you think that English is important in our life or not?
Well, it is a very good question asked by you. Definitely, English language is very mandatory and important for our life because it is an international language, and you know that for having communication to all of the civilizations, to all of the people spread it in all over the world, we need one unique, one single language. Then it is possible to conversate with them. Otherwise, we will not be able to conversate with other people. We will not be able to know their civilization, tradition, customs, and their lifestyle. So I think one unique language should be adopted by every person in all over the world. So I think English language is very mandatory language that is providing us a platform, an opportunity to speak with the people spread it all over the world. So apart from this, I mean having communication with other peoples, I think English language is very important for our life as far as our educational career is concerned. Definitely, English language is very mandatory and important and vital. It is very pivotal for our studical career because, as far as Pakistan is concerned, it is our second language. So, you know, after our national language, Urdu, English has immense importance, and documentations, all the things I mean official things go through this language. So that is why we should improve our English. We should learn English so that we could compete our studical challenges. And apart from this, for if you are a businessman, definitely English language can help you for enhancing, for improving your business because in in UK, in USA, English language is spoken, and English language can be helpful for expanding your business. So there are numbers of other fruits and I mean good things of English language. So it is should be implemented in our life. Yes, Neha.
Yeah, so whatever you say, that's totally right. I want to give a example, whatever you said about that. That
Yeah,
if a person that like you are from Pakistan, I am from Bangladesh. I don't know Pakistan's language, you don't know mine's language. So
yeah.
when we have to interconnect it, so we have to know a common language that we all both can use. So English is the source of this kind of language who makes us connected. I think
Mhm.
so. So,
Yeah.
when a person is beginner and try to learning English, so he have
Mhm.
to face some difficulty. And
Mhm.
lack of confidence is one of them. And I think that lacking of confidence is the main reason that is
Mhm.
the burden for a person to start learning English because the person is thinking that it's not able for me, I can't do that, sorts of things. So I
Yeah.
want to go to Adil Bajwa and ask him that what he thinks about the topic. That the main reason to the burden for English is like lacking of confidence or not,
Yeah, I think his signals are dropped.
maybe. So you can
Yeah.
continue with this topic. So what do you think about that? The main problem is
Can,
lacking of confidence or not?
yeah, definitely. Even though students are very good in English subject in school, in college, as well as in sorry, as well as in universities, even then they can't speak in front of people just because of lacking of confidence. So definitely, if you are a good student, definitely you should speak English confidently for communication with other people.
So
Assalamu
now
alaikum.
Adil Bachwa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So, how are you, Neha? I'm Malik Waqas. Great.
Alhamdulillah,
Yeah,
I'm good. How are you?
yeah, I'm
I'm
fine.
very fine by the grace of Allah Almighty. I'm good.
Okay. So that time I asked you a question, but maybe you had some network issues. I asked you that what you think to because yeah, the lacking of confidence is the main problem to improve English or not.
Actually, I think your voice is audible to listening me. Can you repeat the question, Malik Waqas? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, actually, she wanna ask that people don't have much confidence. So is it also a big reason for not improving English?
Oh, yeah, okay. I get the point. Actually, the
Yeah,
reason is that because English is just a language, and most of the
yeah,
students and most of the people they don't join to just they want to join want to learn English language as well. So I have received many messages when I put status that tonight I'm going to improve my English with learn with Waqas. So a lot of people send me message that please give us link, but they don't have any confidence to come in front of camera, and they don't want to speak with other person like Neha and from any other person like Malik Waqas. So I think this is the actually low confidence, and this is very bad thing about a person who want to learn English language, but he has no confidence to improve his English. Actually, when you want to learn English, so you have to build your confidence as well, because I'm not a good speaker in English, and I'm not good speaking at English. So that's why I'm trying to be a good. Yeah, that is the reason that why people don't come in life talk actually.
Okay, okay. So I think you are right. Lacking of confidence is a reason, but beside that, I think that people are afraid of making mistakes because they think that if I make mistakes, people started mocking me. So people are afraid of making mistakes, and that's the reason too for their lacking of confidence. So what do you think, Malik Wakas, about that point?
yes, yes, definitely. You spoken of my heart. Actually, same thinking I do have, and actually. I think, in my point of view, if you have some, I mean, mistakes, no problem, because if you make some mistakes, if you commit some mistakes, then you will be able to improve yourself. Then you will be able to speak with people. If you don't try to make mistakes, then you will not be able to speak English. So it is mandatory for you to make mistakes. And definitely nobody is proficient in the beginning of time. Every person has some flaws, some mistakes, some drawbacks, some setbacks. Even then, mm, when he start his journey for learning anything, day by day, slowly, steadily, he becomes fluent, he becomes proficient. So definitely, in my point of view, I think we should not feel any hesitation and fear of mistakes.
Yeah, you are right. And I also think that making mistakes is the first stage of learning something. And there is a proverb that to err is human. So making mistakes is not a big deal because you started learning if you make mistakes. So,
Yeah.
as you know that we all started using this app for the purpose of making our English speaking fluently. So, I want to ask all of you about your journey, that how you started making your English properly. Because at the initial point, we all have so much afraid, and we all have lots of lacking of confidence. But now we are like we have the power, we have the guts to speak in front of someone for 10 to 20 minutes. So I want to ask everyone about their journey, how they started you speaking English. So firstly, I
Okay.
want to ask Abhi Sharma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to again in this app, in this program, and thank you so much for all the participants. So
Okay.
lot of
Thank you.
thanks to you. I just to like Neha asked previously that how its journey starts. So firstly, I have to say one thing that basically in India it's a very mandatory language, and it's a very, you can say that it's a very mandatory language for anyone, for any regarding to study for higher education. So that's, so during the pandemic of June, month of June, I realized that and this time it's my hobby to, to getting some kinds of fluency in English. I have a lot of passion about English and other things. So during this pandemic, I realized that I have much time to work on my hobby and other thing. So just started from journey 2nd of June. I think that I just installed Buddy Talk. Randomly found that on a Play Store and Buddy Talk and just start learning. And in my first call, anybody else say that hello, I will say hello and they cut the phone because I have no idea how can speak, how can ask anything. So that's the reason. And June, after it's time of 17th of July, and per day I think that 4 or 5 hour I just have to speak in English daily routine. So it's started my journey, and now I have a lot of passion about journey because English is a language, but language, and I just read somewhere that if you learning language, any other language, it's a very very healthy mental exercise for mind. So that's the reason I started a beautiful journey, and it's tremendous. It's very fruitful for me because it's give me motivation when I just feel negative things, and that become a happy, become optimistic. So just I converse with strangers and anonymous on my body as well as also, and I come on this on that and this platform, huge and prestigious platform.
Okay, Abhi Sharma, maybe you saw when you talked, there was a smile in my face. Whatever you said, all the things happened with me too. When I installed the Buddy Talk app, I started talk with people. I do the same thing. I make calls. I talk for 2 or 3 minutes, then I cut it the phone because I had no guts to talk with people for so long. But day by day, I realized that if I started overcome with my problems, then I will make good. I will get good some improvement. So I started using this app for long. So now I will go to Adil Bajpa and I want to that he share with us about his journey.
Yeah, definitely. very well and very informative journey from you guys told us tell us in this live session. I just ask that how what is the journey of my language where I learned from English. Basically, the reason is that when I started to speak English, my English language is not good when I was in 10th class. So I was traveling from Sadikabad to Peshawar by train. So by this time, I have confidence actually. The first thing, I mean, if I can't speak English, any other language, you told me that you have a stage and you go and just talk about the people, just talk to the people. So I have a confidence. I go and I talk whatever I have in mind. I mean, what the things in my mind, I just speak and I just express my thoughts to them. So this is the main confidence that sorry I have. So that time when Facebook every year Facebook realized that your past stories as well. So recently when I saw the previous journey that I was in 10th class and I traveled from Sadikabad to Peshawar, I using the cell phone and describing the area of Peshawar side. Like my English language was that time was really bad. I'm using past sentences in my uh, in my conversation, and I'm describing that I was going to Peshawar by a train, like that type. So this is the main thing when I started my English. So I just try to speak English with a person, with other person. But as Abid Sharman told, and as our honorable guest Neha said that he joined Buddy Talk. So I also install Buddy app, and I usually use when I have free time. So I used Buddy Talk. So that time I just speak those person who just speak, and the person who just say hello, how are you, and in Buddy Talk, most of the time the people are just wasting the other people time. They can't speak. They're just abusing themselves, abusing other people's, and abusing creating some bad habits about their countries as well. So these type of things I faced from Buddy app, but the journey was really fantastic in my 10th to in university life. So that is the time I have really enjoyed to learn English. Now I'm not good at English, but I'm trying to be a good from learning from you guys as well, from Abe and from Malik Waqas as well. So this is the main story of my journey. Hope you will get the point actually.
Okay, okay. So now I want to ask Waqas about his journey.
Uh,
I hope his journey was so interesting because he was smiling from the initial time.
Yes, 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 definitely. It is a very good question asked by you, and definitely every person starts a journey sometime, and I have also this story. So first of all, I would like to thanks Adil Bajwa for complimenting me that he is learning from me. Actually, you are not learning from me, but I am learning from you. You are a good English speaker, as well as you are a good sporter, as some of us, friend has told us on comment box that you are a good sporter. So definitely you gave me much courage about my English, about this platform. So thank you very much, Adil Bajwa. So now I come back toward my question answer. Actually, I was fond of English from very very long time. Actually, you know that. From my childhood, I used to use English language with my friends. Even they didn't had much knowledge about English language, but I was very fun. And my father, he is also my friend. He boosted me, he encouraged me for improving my English. And one of my uncle, he also advised me and apprised me what are the importance of English language. So since then, I indulged into English language, and since then I have been trying to speak English. And my you can say my consistent journey starts from Buddy Talk, when I joined Buddy Talk for before 1.5 year back. I think I made my maiden speech, maiden call on 1st December 2018. Yeah, it's been, I think, 1.5 years. Yeah. So then I started a Body Talk, and at that time I had very bad fluency, very bad pronunciation as well. Apart from that, I had much hesitation, fear, how to speak, uh, how to counter some persons, you know, that somebody you can find everywhere, which pull your legs, which demotivate you. And I've also found some persons on Body Talk who abused me, who made bad names for me at that time, but I didn't lose my heart, and I consistently stick with that application. And Alhamdulillah, now I am, even though I'm not a good speaker, but I have reached at level 13, and I hope so that within 1 month I will touch the level 14. Yeah, definitely. English language is very good, but I think I have also many friends, but they are not going to speak with us. I have invited them to start a conversational session in my society, but they are not giving me hand. So I think it was my good journey. I have found that platform, Body Talk. So this is my basic, beginning of speaking English.
Yes, Malika, of course.
Okay, so after hearing all of you, I realized that the journey of learning any language is so much interesting. And you guys, you realize that one thing is common for all of us, the Buddy Talk app. So I want to tell all my audience that if you want to improve your English speaking, so you can start it from Buddy Talk app. It's very nice app, and you will get so much interesting things from this app. So now I want to say something about Waqas' conversation, because like he said that many people don't want to join our conversation. You know that the initial time of our conversation, I said that lacking of confidence is the main point and main problem. So I think that persons have the problem. They have problem with their confidence. So they come to join us. So by the way, so as now we all can speak English so better, so I want to ask Abhay Sharma that if you have to give some suggestions the viewers that how can they speak well in English, so what it will be. Abhay Sharma, can you hear me?
We lost the connection.
So Adil Bajwa, you can
Yes,
say that how can we improve our English speaking?
I think his
actually,
I think
yes, Abhay.
Abhay Sharma, can you hear
Hello.
me?
okay.
Hello. Okay. Can I hear you? Please repeat the question what you wanted to ask to me.
I said that if you have to say something to the viewers that how can they speak well in English, so what's your suggestion about that matter? How can they start?
Okay. Okay, I think that it is so much because I am also suffering from English. But if you say, and I can say with my own experience, first of all, we overcome from our hesitation. We overcome from our hesitation. First of all, we try to overcome from hesitation. There are a lot of guys, that have a lot of knowledge in grammar, in whatever it is, but they can't speak in English. Why? Because they have a lot of hesitation. So first of all, overcome from your hesitation, and secondly, try to think in English, because you know that English is a language, and language is nothing to express our thought and emotions and nothing else. And communication skill is art. There are a lot of person just say, I want to improve their communication skill, as well as also English. So English for learning, try to think in English. Try to think in English. If you able to think in anything in English, it means that you are feeling something. Because if very and try to make a hobby this types of thing. You know that there are a lot of person, just and me too also, in my real life. I just want to just I want to learn English only 15 minutes and a day for nothing, because I can learn English
Adil
not good.
Vachwa, there
There
are
are
lots
many.
of problems. We can't hear you properly.
Hello.
Yeah, we can't hear you properly. There are
I
some
have no
issues
idea. I
with your
think that there
network,
is some
maybe.
network problem. It
Yeah,
may be some
maybe.
network problems. I am really sorry because I have to go now. I'm really sorry, and it may be
Okay,
some
no
network problem. I
problem.
think that.
Thanks for giving your precious time and joining to us.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you so much to Neha ma'am. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
Waqas sir, and thank you so much for my friend Adil Bajwa. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to talking here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
okay, okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
So,
Abhi Sharma.
Adil Vachwa, what do you think? How can we improve our English skills and English speaking?
Yes, I'm sitting in front of you in the good example that how can a person speak English. In front of me, my friend is sitting in front of me,
Our
and they
channel is good example. You are right.
yes, actually, as I mentioned earlier, I am from village, and the conditions of village people. If someone is speaking English in the street, so all the people who are just crossing me, and I'm talking about a person like I'm speaking in English at my farmhouse, and the person who is sitting in front of me and the other person, they just look at me and they just saw me. They just look at me how what the language I'm
Surprising.
using.
They are
Yeah,
surprising.
they're surprising me. I really, Melissa know very well. Actually, we had a previous 1 month ago. Actually, this situation happened in this channel. So the main thing is that how can the other person speak English well. So first of all, we have to make good confidence, and we have to put a good the confidence inside of us. Like yes, I can do. Yes, I can speak English very well. This is the main thing that a person can start English language. Maybe so many applications are available on internet. So this is the main thing. You can speak English in front of other person. So the first thing you need, you have a confidence as well. And second one, don't hesitate anyone from life. If I am mistaken and I'm not good in English, so what happened? Is this a crime? Not. You can learn from Waqas. You can learn from Neha as well. So this is not I'm not commit a crime as well. This is just a language, and in Pakistan, people think that if a person speaks English, this is a high class person, and he has a lot of knowledge as well. Mm, English is just a language, and learning English language is very good actually. So you have to learn English as a language. Basically, when you learned English as a language, you learned a lot of other things. scholars and any other thing that mentioned in English language. When you learn a different language, so your mind is growing well, and you think positive as well. When you learn any other language, like you are from Bangladesh, and any other person is from Pakistan, and like Abe, he's from India. So he speaks in India Hindi, and you speak Bengali, and we speak Urdu as well. So this is just language, and we have to learn this language so very carefully. Very we just improve our English language by taking part in these type of conversations as well. So people I'm from university. I have so many friends. They just text me on WhatsApp. They ask me we can learn English. So I just send them link, but they can't join. Actually, Malika, in previous month we had a live session program, and one person joined us, and when he saw we are talking in English, he recently left and he ran away from the live session.
Yeah.
So this is the main thing in our mentality level. We saw people who is good at English.
Yeah.
We thought that he has a lot of kind of knowledge. So don't be hesitate. English is just a language, and we learn English language. It's not a big deal to learn English language. So I just give a message to young generation, young people, because I'm not good at English. Like I learn English from other people as well. When I speak English, I just speaking from my mind. What I have in my mind, I just speak. So this is the way we can learn, and we can teach English language other people, and we can learn from other people as well. So thank you.
Yeah, you are right. Like, if we make mistakes in speaking English, nobody put us in jail. So it's totally okay. I don't know why people think that. And when the time we talk in our mother tongue, we also made mistakes in that. So
Exactly.
there is no problem in English. But I don't know why people have lots of lack of confidence in speaking English. And there are lots of people who started memorize grammar rules and uh, started memorizing lots of English words without understanding where they can use those words. So I want to ask something about Waqas Malik, that what do you think, speaking English is an art or not? Waqas brother, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What did you say in the end? What were your last two words?
I said that, what do you think, speaking in English is an art or not? Hello?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can carry on.
Okay, okay, yeah, definitely it is. It is. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, English language definitely is an art. Nobody can regulate regulations, and
Waqas brother, maybe there are some issues with your network. We
Exactly.
can't hear and see you.
So yes,
can you hear me?
I'm
So, Adil Bajpa, I think you can say that what do you think about this topic, that speaking in English is an art or not?
exactly. Exactly. This topic is amazing, and as Afzal Malik write a comment, the topic is good. So yeah, definitely, you choose a good topic for discussion. to inspire the other people who is watching our live session program. They just learn different theories, different means a different, as we can say that, different kind of suggestions as well, from Neha, from me, from Abe, from and from Malik Waqas as well. We just give suggestions to other people. How can we speak English? Maybe some who is watching us, he's good at English, but I'm just say him, you are not good in English because you don't have any confidence to speak in front of Neha, in front of Malik Waqas. If you have a confidence, you have come, you will come in this live session and join us and talk with us. Definitely, we can learn from you, and you can learn from us as well. So definitely, this is very good topic, and you know, every night, learn with Vikas, having a very good topics of discussions, because I need that type of topic. Actually, I'm really need I really need that type of topics because I'm preparing my IELTS examination as well. So these kinds of topics help me to talk when I appear in IELTS examination. So that's good news for me as well. But I'm not talking about because I'm going to book my IELTS examination. This is not just me. I'm sitting here to just uh, to put um, learn from topics as well. I'm listening, and I'm sitting here just to build my confidence and learn new things as well from you guys as well. Because I can take 1 month class from a tutor as well. I can learn from a tutor as well. So why I pay and why I waste my money? I learn from you guys as well. We can learn from each other. So this is free, and our economy is very low, and we are in depth in economy as well. So why we wasting our money? I'm student of BBA, so I have I have some knowledge that according to economy as well. So that's why I am saving my money to learn from you guys as well. So this is amazing journey from you guys as well.
Okay, so now I want to say something for my viewers that there are lots of people who are, as Adil Bajwa say, that they are going to so many coaching centers. They started to speaking English, but I think that from there they don't get so much result. If anybody wants to improve their English, they can join us in our conversation. Just clicking on the link that is given in the description box, and the show is totally free of cost. They can participate with us. They can try to make their English speaking fluent. And now and I want to also mention that we are not president of any country, so no need to afraid us. We are just a common person. Anybody can join us. And now I want to go to Malik Waqas and ask him that what he think that studying in abroad, we need to learn English so well because there are lots of things like if I want to go USA for my higher education, I have a good number in IELTS or GRE. So what do you think about these topics?
Okay, you want to ask that how much numbers can I get from IELTS exam?
No, 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 no. My point is, if I learn English well, then I will also get a good number in IELTS. Because without good knowledge in English, I can't be able to get good numbers in IELTS or GRE. So I ask you that is it important or not that if you try improve your English from your initial time of university, then you will make a good number at the ending time of your university for making good numbers in IELTS or GRE. So what do you think about that topic?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it is a very important question raised by many people when they start to speak English. Actually, mostly people wanna improve their English just for taking arts exams. They want to go abroad for higher studies. So I think we can improve our English uh, at our university, at our college. So I think we should prepare, we should be fluent in English in our university level. After that we will be able to speak, talk with I mean, in Altest definitely is good platform on which a man can be judged. A man can be examined that whether he is capable to speak English or not. So definitely, every person should improve their English on university level. I think there was a boy exam. Okay. Yes, Neha.
Okay, okay. So there are lots of ways to make your English improve, but if today we are going to talk about all of them, then the conversation is going so longer. So and it will be monotony for people. So we have to end it here. But before that, I want to say that when the time you are speaking in English, no need to be so serious because if you make your conversation interesting, then you will get more potential every day to speak in English. So thank you to all who watching our show and today we are ending here. Thank you all of our honorable guests too. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you, Neha. Walaikum assalam, Neha.